Here we are going up the old Offley Road. There's quite a steep hill. This is to the village of Offley, where I used to work between 1965 and 1967. And just like the old days when I used to come up here in my Reliant three-wheeler, there is a tractor in front. That always happened to me, and I had trouble having to go down a gear because of the tractor. But there you go. So we're just coming up there, and then we'll turn left into Great Offley, the old cottage, and well, you'll see it all. Okay. There, if you look over there on the left, that's my old cottage, the one with the brown door. And next door was Alec Durston, who was a really great guy. In fact, he told me that one day I'd be on television talking about plants. Well, here we are, coming through the gates of Offley Place, which at the time I worked there was a training college, and I was the garden steward there, and all this I looked after. I was in charge of it all. I just had one guy with me, Jack Dovey, who was in his 60s, and we used to have a guy come in on a Saturday just to do the digging, and then the Hertfordshire County Council just used to bring gang mowers in to cut the grass. But basically it was only me and Jack and this guy on the Saturdays. Those buildings you just saw were stables and workshops, and there was a maintenance guy who used to go in there, and me and Jack used to go in there and share a cup of tea with him. But this here is inside the gardens. We used to come through the back gate from my own house, the old cottage, and I was in charge of all this. Of course, at the time I had lots of beds dug out with different, all sorts of things in, economical plants and biblical plants and odd plants, you name it. And while I was here, I also started writing for the Gardeners Chronicle and Garden News. Here you can see a border that is left over from my days. I planted these shrubs, and there's even some primroses there that I planted way back in the 60s.
It's gone, but I think the gates are locked. But we can. No, they're not. And the roses on it, yeah. Look at all those kind of doctors. And again, a lot of stuff that I've planted here. Thunder Doctor, Gloria, it's not. Sometimes if I had a break, I used to sit in there. I used to put flowers in there and a hanging basket.
There's no hanging baskets there now. There used to be seats in there too, so you can actually sit in there, and Dot sometimes used to come up. And of course from there you can see the little sundial there, which is where Vivian had a photograph taken, a famous photograph of Vivian on it. Not bad, I suppose, but you know, I loved it there.
I don't know, around the back. This is it. From the front of the house, the gate. There's the rest of Offley. The grounds on it. And over here I did build a special little patio, but the thing is that looks like they've changed it all now. Nothing like it was at all anymore, I'm afraid. Look at all that, and imagine there was me, there's old Jack, my under gardener, and one guy used to come round every Saturday morning to do the digging. So it's just me, Jack, and a Saturday guy used to look after the whole thing. Quite a lot of it to look after, but I loved it. Almost spent my life here really. It's more like a way of life than a job. There you go. Love to be able to bring it back to the glory that it was in those days, but I don't suppose that'll ever happen. So our little trip done from this to Offley. Even more of it over here, look. A bit quiet around here, isn't it? Look around where the pig farm used to be. Not anymore, but these daffodils are planted.
Those windows there, the buildings next to the cottage, that's where my office was, where I used to do all my office work and write for the Gardener's Chronicle and Garden News as well. And this is the back entrance that I used to come through from my cottage, come through the little lane, and I never bothered with going around the front. I used to come around the back and go into the garden that way. In fact, I used to hop over the fence at the bottom of my garden, walk through the woods and go into work that way. It was wonderful, it was wonderful early in the morning, 6:30.
We'll say goodbye to Offley again. I'm sure we'll be back again one day. Oh look, someone, horse riding. Right at the bottom there. Gone past the gate. There's people over there cutting the hedge. There's the horse rider. What I used to do.
And so we say goodbye to Offley. The best job I ever had. It was more than a job, it was a way of life. The greenhouses, the borders, everything. I would never have swapped it for anything. Bye, Offley. What wouldn't I give to bring it back to its glory days? Oh well.